Lynch says goodbye. Badal to pass on second bid for the Marriott. And Exxon High Court cases continue. I'm Rico Beaufort, and this is Uncut News. News happening? Send us a tip on WhatsApp at 592-659-6151. The U.S. Ambassador to Guyana, Sarah Ann Lynch, is preparing to leave her post as the process for a new U.S. Ambassador to Guyana begins. During her tenure, she played a key role in bringing U.S. businesses to Guyana, collaborated with the government in areas such as security and the environment, and assisted in accessing vaccines. Career U.S. diplomat Nicole D. Theroux has been nominated as the next U.S. ambassador to Guyana, and a new deputy chief of missions has also been appointed. So long, Sarah. The Integrity Commission warned public officers who failed to submit their 2022 declarations. Out of the 1,491 officers nationwide, only 663 submitted, leaving 828 declarations outstanding. This is a 55.5% delinquency rate, higher than the 48% rate in 2021. Declarations were due on August 31st of last year, with an extension granted until December 31st, 2022. However, many have still not complied. The Ministry of Home Affairs plans to implement stricter penalties for road users who have not paid their ticketing fees, including suspending licenses and holding vehicles. The police force will also be procuring 300 wheel clamps to detain vehicles obstructing traffic. Passengers are urged to speak out against errant drivers, and the ministry will work towards bringing more awareness to road safety, according to that. In the past 5 years, 147 pedestrians and 11 electric bicycle riders have lost their lives. And from January 2023, 16 cyclists have lost their lives. The traffic department has distributed 300 helmets to cyclists for protection. The Education Ministry has announced that all public schools, except exam centers, will be closed for the local government elections on June the 12th, 2023. Students scheduled to sit the Office Administration Paper 1 exam on the day will take it on June the 19th instead. Changes to initial arrangements for some Caribbean Advanced Proficiency Exams, or CAPE exams, centers were also announced. All CXC and CAPE exams will continue as per normal on June the 13th. The long overdue local government elections was postponed due to issues with the voters list, and GCOM has been preparing for the elections with a voter education program and the appointment of electoral registrars. The healthcare services in Region 6 have been improved with the addition of diagnostic equipment worth $10 million and a new $40 million outpatient facility. The equipment includes 2 portable ultrasound machines and 7 intensive care unit beds, which will be allocated to 2 hospitals in the region. The new facility at Port Morant Hospital will benefit over 82,000 patients who use the service annually and will provide x-rays, ultrasounds, and other laboratory services to the public. Chief Magistrate and GDF Colonel Anne McLennan has retired after 37 years and 9 months of service. She was admitted to the Guyana Bar in 1996 and later appointed Chief Magistrate in 2015. She encouraged members of the Women's Army Corps to continue breaking glass ceilings and lauded the progress of women within the force. She thanked the GDF and each Chief of Staff under whom she served for their guidance and support throughout her career. So, good for you, Chief. Independence Day is coming up, so it's time to declare independence from breakdowns with Powered Automotive. They have reliable, high-quality truck parts and spares for your truck at amazing prices. Visit them at Lot 490 EE Eccles, or call or WhatsApp them on telephone number 697-0171. Save big on truck parts at Powered Automotive, the #1 heavy-duty truck parts store in Guyana. Tired of waiting on hold, tracking down a delivery driver, or carrying cash for your food orders? GT Eat is here to make your life easier. Guyana's first cashless food ordering and delivery app. Choose from Georgetown's top restaurants, pay securely with your card, and get your food delivered right to your doorstep. With the convenience of being able to order from your phone and the added feature of tracking your order, GT Eats is the ultimate solution for all your food needs. Download the app on Apple and Android stores and start ordering the easy way today. Pegasus Hotel owner Robert Badal has declined to participate in the new round of bids for the Marriott Hotel Guyana. he believes that the reserve price of US $85 million is not worth it. In a comment to Starbuck News following the report in yesterday's papers that the government holding company Nissel has resumed accepting bids for the hotel, Vidal stated, quote, "I have already offered the best price I could have possibly given with the information received. My offer of US $55.5 million reflects 15 times the current annual earnings, which I believe is very attractive to any seller, given that the valuations of large blue-chip global companies on Wall Street range between 8 and 12 times earnings." End quote. He also mentioned that NCP Capital, an authority on valuing investments, believed that US $33 million was a fair price and submitted that bid in the earlier round of invitations for expressions of interest. Interesting indeed. Now for crime news. The police force has issued wanted bulletins for John Ross and Troy Bruce in connection with the murders of Johnson Bowen and Manuel dos Santos during a home invasion in Linden over the weekend. 2 suspects were arrested, but one of them is not involved in the murders. Another accomplice was found dead in a house where the 2 suspects were hiding. Denzel Roberts was injured during the home invasion and remains in a critical condition. Several persons are presently in police custody in relation to the murders. 57-year-old Ralph De Castro was fatally struck by a car on the Monrepo Public Road on the east coast of Demerara. The driver, a 41-year-old woman, is currently in police custody and claims that De Castro suddenly walked into the path of her vehicle. Of course he did. De Castro was taken to the hospital but was pronounced dead upon arrival. On Friday, the GPF, in conjunction with U.S. law enforcement, arrested Bobby Allen Stark, a U.S. federal fugitive who fled the United States to seek shelter in Ghana. Stark was wanted for crimes against children allegedly committed in the United States and was escorted back to the U.S. by federal agents to face charges. The U.S. Embassy thanked everyone involved for their commitment to maintaining the rule of law and for ensuring sickos such as this guy do not find refuge in Ghana. Now for today's oil update. The Environmental Protection Agency's challenge to the High Court ruling against it and Exxon will see oral arguments taking place on May the 29th. The High Court ordered Exxon to provide an unlimited parent company guarantee agreement for the Liza project or face suspension, but the EPA warns that this could have a devastating impact on the nation's economy. The EPA has appealed the ruling and sought to stay, but none was granted. Meanwhile, Exxon and the Attorney General have applied to join a legal challenge against the Environmental Protection Agency's permit granted to ExxonMobil Guyana for the construction and operation of a 12-inch natural gas pipeline. Yes, there are actually multiple cases against Exxon currently ongoing in the high courts. The decision on whether they will be added to the case will be made on June the 12th, 2023, and the substantive matter will be set for the 16th of June, 2023. The 2 citizens who filed the case are seeking a declaration that the project is contrary to the environmental laws of the nation and for the permit to be quashed.
Robbery season might be over, but the streets are still mean. That's why you need to get security for your home or business with Sheriff Security. Sheriff Security has well-trained guards, armed and unarmed patrol, Marine Patrol, K9 services. They speed even our drones. Why? Because your security is their highest priority. You've seen the rest. Now hire the best. Hire Sheriff Security Service today.
Now for our Uncut News, Fuse Poll Question of the Day. Every day we pose a question about current events in Ghana, the region, the diaspora, and how you feel it least was. On Friday I asked, what are some issues that are currently affecting your community?
But before we get to that, I'm proud to announce our latest addition to the Noble Army, Richard Singh, who is supporting us at the reporter level, the highest level of monthly support we've received so far. So thank you, Richard Singh. And also, a special thank you to David Griffith, Dion Nascimento, Project Zero, and Dimitri V. I appreciate you all. And if you're watching at home and you'd like to support our movement, just hit the link in the video description.
Chandrapal Rajpal said that they're from Rosignol and they need more banks because Republic is not doing a good job. Indeed, we all need more access to financing and capital all around. It's terrible. And finally, Dopamine says, the politicians need to look into local workers' welfare in the private sector ASAP. People's labor is being exploited. Holidays, Sunday to Sunday, same pay, no tax, NIS, etc. What is going on with the boat service in Freedom to the Georgetown route? People are being beaten and cussed out and forced to pay $200 even during the weekdays now, when it's supposed to be $100. What are the regulators doing? Indeed, they were supposed to keep it to $100. They even met with the president. Anyway, traffic police makes no sense. In fact, nothing seems to make sense in this watery wasteland. It hurts me to say that I agree with you in many respects. On a less depressing note, now for tonight's question. How do you feel about the Ambassador Lynch leaving? Good, bad, or indifferent? I want you to think about that question. Tell us in the comments below. If your response is good enough, we just might feature it in our next episode. Anyway, that's all the time we have for tonight, and check us out tomorrow for another. Until then, I'm Nico Bolford saying good night, folks.